How to achieve flow state. Flow state is the most amazing feeling a human can feel. Essentially, it's when you are in the moment, you're not really thinking about the future, you're not thinking about the past, you're barely even thinking, you're more feeling, you're more expressing. You're like consumed by the moment in a good way. That's flow state. And actually, as I said, in a good way, it's kind of interesting because in emergency situations, like let's say your house is on fire, or your dog's about to get ran over by a car. In an emergency situation, you actually do enter flow state. So it's really interesting. If anyone has ever been in something like this, you'll notice that even if the situation is objectively a bad situation, you feel so alive in those moments, like so alive. It's like your entire body wakes up, your brain is like fully activated. You're not worried about the thing you were worried about a few seconds ago. You just feel so like locked in. It's actually a good feeling, honestly. It's intense. But to get back to flow state and how to achieve it, that's how I would describe it. It's essentially when you're not thinking of the past or the future. You're not thinking too much. You're kind of in the present. You feel a lot when you're in flow state. And another way to describe it is flow state is like a area. It's almost like a portal. You jump into it, and in that portal, time does not exist. So if you've ever been in like a really deep flow state doing anything, you'll notice how the time goes by super quick. If you've ever talked to someone and the conversation is so good, next thing you know, an hour goes by. Right? There's like zero thought about the present. About the past or the future. Some drugs will help you achieve this flow state, but that's a fake sense. It's not earned. And when something's not earned, you don't ever fully like accept it, and it doesn't actually internalize within you because it wasn't you that entered flow state. It was the drug that did it. So it never stays with you, like that idea. Instead, you just keep chasing that high, right? But now let's get into how do you achieve this amazing sense of flow state. And honestly, this is kind of what I would think to be the whole meaning of life is trying your absolute best to be living and trying your best to be here right now. Doesn't matter what you're doing, but it really is the whole meaning of everything. So the way you achieve flow state, let's get into it, is by doing actions that are aligned with your consciousness. So what does that mean? Let's say your consciousness, which is also known as a voice in your head, right? You have like this voice in your head that's telling you to do something. Some people think it's them, some people think it's not them, whatever. It's honestly up to you how you want to view it. I don't think it's me necessarily. I think it's like a guiding compass, and I am just the person who makes the decisions. Like I'm like the commander of the ship, and then the consciousness, that good voice, is like a signal. It's like a radar, but it's a very good one. And then there's the other one, which is the one that's more weak, that is going away from things, that cowers away at situations, that avoids things, that procrastinates. So to talk about your consciousness for a bit, let's talk about some basic fundamentals of life, especially for a man. What's a really basic fundamental? Your health. Being in healthy condition. And if you're a man, it's not just being in healthy condition. You have to be in peak physical condition or striving to be so. Your heart has to be working well. You have to have muscles. You gotta be in good condition, man. You can't have no body fat. None of that. None of that is acceptable, dude. People have told you it's okay. Someone has told you, yo, dad bods are okay. It's okay to not be in perfect condition. It's okay to stop trying to build more muscle. It's okay to stop doing this. Look at Justin Bieber. He's skinny. It's not okay. You should be striving for more. Always. Always, dude. If you look at my videos, from the beginning of this YouTube channel, you'll see how my chest wasn't like this. And by no means am I like in peak condition. No, I keep working hard, man. And you're gonna see how videos in the future, I'm gonna look even better. It's gonna get better and better and better. And anyways, you gotta be in peak physical condition. So your consciousness is calling you to do that. So if you're overweight, or if you have zero musculature, your consciousness is calling you to get in better shape. You can't lie to me. If you had a button that you could press, and this button will get you at the peak condition, it will get you 20 pounds of muscle. You'll lose all your body fat. You're gonna look shredded as fuck, jacked as hell, like a fucking beast. Men will admire you, women will love you. If you could press that button, would you press it? The answer is yes, I know you would. Don't fucking lie to me. What does that mean? That means your consciousness is calling you to get in fucking shape. I don't care what you think. Fuck what your beliefs are. Your consciousness wants you to do it. You know how I know this? The idea is that we all kind of share a consciousness. It's kind of this thing that's connected to each other. Right? Like your bitch voice and my bitch voice are not necessarily connected. Or maybe, actually. More like your bitch voice and me, we're not necessarily connected. But that consciousness that's calling you to be better, that's calling you to help others, that's calling you to become the best human being you can, that's connected to me. We all kind of have that. We all have our different colors, different ways of expressing that. But we all have that. All of us. Anyways, that consciousness that's calling you to get in better shape. The idea of achieving flow state is once you start to listen to that consciousness. Once you do the things it tells you to do. So it's telling you to get in better shape. The moment you enter the gym and you push yourself hard as fuck, you will enter flow state. You will. Your problems will be alleviated. You won't feel as much anxiety. Your self-worth is gonna increase, man. And not just in the gym necessarily. Like it's in the gym, it's right after. You get like this feeling of alignment. You get this feeling of alignment. I'm gonna go around because it's fucking windy here, man. Stick with me, guys. I know it's windy as fuck. I'll try my best. I might need to get a mic sometime soon. But anyways, and that's just one example. The physical thing, right? But there's more than just that. There's other things, such as your financial wealth, your resources. Once again, I don't care what you say about money. Oh, money is not the solution. Oh, money this, money that. Tell that bitch voice to shut up. To sit down. Because right now I'm trying to talk to your consciousness, not that bitch voice. I don't care what you say about money or your views on it. If you had a button that would give you unlimited resources forever, you would press that fucking button. Don't act like you wouldn't. And notice how I use the term resources. Because it's not just about money. It's everything. It's things that money can buy. Of course you want more of this. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? You'd be selfish if you didn't. Because even if you don't want it, why wouldn't you have it just in case you want to help other people? Why wouldn't you? That makes no fucking sense. As you can tell, I have quite a strong opinion when it comes to the money thing. And I think it's because I was raised in a household where sometimes I would hear negative comments about money and people who have money. And honestly, that shit would irk the fuck out of me. I couldn't explain why. Later on in life, I realized, oh, they're just being jealous. They're just being envious. Nothing's wrong with rich people. Hating on a rich person is just, first of all, it's broke ass behavior. And second of all, you're just a fucking hater. Stop fucking hating. Money, that's another one. What's another one, bro? So we talked about money, we talked about physical condition. So in other words, resources and your physical condition. Man, look at that fucking striations, bro. Fuck. Guys, I'm the leanest I've ever been while maintaining this amount of muscle. And right now my goal is to maintain this body weight, this body fat, but increase my muscle. I want bigger shoulders, traps, rear delts. I want to look more like a turtle, right? My chest is not bad, but what I just described, my shoulders, rear delts, and traps, they need some fucking muscle. So I'm about to pack that on. And to get to the video, that's my consciousness that told me that, dude. My consciousness wants me to be in better shape. It wants me to grow, man, because if you're not growing, you're dying. So, to get back to the things that your consciousness calls you to do. We talked about money. We talked about physical condition. What's another one? Being a good person. And what I mean by that, in fact, I want you to think, what does that mean? What does it mean to be a good person? If you have a fucking brain, I know you start thinking about being a good person to other people. I know that's what comes up to your mind. Because that's literally the meaning of it. To be a good human being means you are good to other human beings. That's the meaning of the thing. So be a good person, right? That's one of the things that aligns with your consciousness. My job, I'm a coach for men. If you want me to coach you, then link is in my bio. All day I'm helping people. All day I'm like a servant, basically. It feels so good to help people. It feels so good, man. It's my obsession. I hop into flow state real quick when I do that. And if you have a job that you don't feel good with, that's because you don't feel like it's impacting the world enough. That's really what it is. You don't feel like it aligns with your purpose. You don't feel like you're making enough money or you're helping enough people or your consciousness wants you to do something else. Which leads me to my final point about consciousness. The other thing your consciousness is going to call you to do is a specific purpose. Everyone has their own. For example, when I was like, I think 19, 18, actually no, 21. That's when I got into really becoming more social. And I started practicing cold approach. I was called to do it, man. The moment I found the YouTube video about cold approach, I just started doing it and I got obsessed with it. I was like, dude, this is so cool. So fun. The thrill, the adrenaline, the fear, the sense of growing in the thing was just so crazy, man. My conscience was calling me to do it. Notice the words I just said. The fear, the adrenaline, the sense of growth. Guys, that's all flow state. Feelings, emotions, negative or positive, it gets you in like a flow state. Now, I'm not saying being fearful is flow state, but that sense of like adrenaline shooting up your body, it is kind of flow state. Right? So anyways, my mission was to become more social. Why? Because I wasn't social. Because I had so much social anxiety. So I had to do that. So your specific purpose has to do with your weakness and has to do with the thing that you know you got to get better at. And then once you get better at that thing, if you want to take it to the final level, is you start to help other people with it. And then through helping other people, you make the resources. And getting in shape, that's just mandatory. I don't give a fuck what your mission is. You have to get in shape. Like, that's crazy. A good body means you have a good mind, dude. And that's it, man. Do those things to get in flow state. It feels amazing, I promise you. I got in flow state during this video because I knew I was giving value to somebody. If you're watching, let's fucking go. If you need a coach, link in my bio. Either way, we'll talk soon. Peace out.